Okay, so we're in Destiny 2 right now, and with a quick guide or just like a nice walkthrough tutorial of how to get, or how I got solo the catalyst for the bad Juju. It did take a long time, I mean, considering what this came out like 3 days ago on this recording, but it took a little bit. Let's just go through the triumphs first. So what we did, we didn't do any raids at all, so you can just take a look here of what we did. So basically, we have here 1 points doing strikes. So this one didn't take that long. It was about like if you had a full gear setup without. I didn't use the bad juju, so you get more progress if you use exotic. I didn't have one of those. We just always legendary armor and legendary gear from Menagerie, and the raid we didn't have. We never raided, so we never had raid gear, right? So think about like maybe 4 or 5 times, maybe 6. I forget, to be honest. So it's not that bad to do, to be honest, compared to other ones. This one, we'll explain this later. Doing soloing this and getting, because this is really hard. Even if you could regularly solo a nightfall of 100k points, it's super hard because this is, you can't use any exotics and you can't use the guns you like. So this one I'll explain a little bit later on how I did this one today many times. This one also really easy to do. You can see above the percent basically. We'll explain that again when we talk about High Roller. Next we have Imperial Scoundrel. This one's just defeating enemy combatants. This one's super easy. You could do it in like 4 games, even less. If you're playing Gambit Prime, it'll take a little bit longer because it's only 1 round. But if you play regular Gambit, you have 2 rounds to kill enemies. So I would probably recommend playing Gambit on this one. Next we have Killing Garden. This one's actually, if you're good at PvP, this one you could do it in 1 game if you're just destroying the enemy team. It literally getting like 4 kills with a full set of gear. But I use a blast furnace as my primary, or kinetics, so it doesn't count as extra progress. But everything else is slotted with opulence gear or menagerie gear, and about like 4 or 5 kills, 6 kills gave me 50%. So about 20 kills, I guess, with full armor, you'll get it done. This one, I don't know how the progress, but we just skipped this one. We don't. There's a choice. You have a choice to do. You either do, depending on what you're feeling like, and if you don't raid, like I don't raid, some solo player, we didn't touch the raid triumphs at all. These ones you have to do encounters, and we never did them. So we can ignore them because you don't have to do them if you're a solo player. You can skip these. You can actually get the catalyst without doing any of the raids, so that's good. Next we have Crucible. This one took a while. It's about maybe right now it's good. If you do Mayhem, right now Mayhem's available. I'd recommend doing that if you can farm it here. Of course, just use an exotic. Don't need to have a full set of armor. There's no point. If you're a Brave Barrage Hunter, do it. It takes about, if you're on a win streak, it was about 4 or 5%, 6% per win. I was on a win streak, at least a 10 win streak, so it's only about to get +5, right? So it didn't take that long, but it was pretty easy. Next we have the Crucible, just killing Guardians. This one I finished in Iron Banner, last Iron Banner. So I don't know how long this one took. It took a while. Cause I didn't. This one I didn't. What do you call it? Is this one the Iron Banner? Yeah, this one's Iron Banner. This one I didn't really. What do you call it? I didn't really pay attention to because I didn't even know it existed, right? Because it wasn't. It was hidden. So this one could have been a while. Cause I wasn't wearing a full set of Menagerie gear. So this one I don't have that much a clue, but it could be a lot. Next we have Triumph Score. I need 40,000, which is, I don't know, if you're new to the game, it will take you a while for sure. But we have 55,000, so I don't know how hard is this? I don't know. This one isn't. This is just complete any badge. This should be the easiest one, to be honest. I mean badge as in. I think what it means by badge, I think it means this. So you complete one of these collection badges basically, and that will get you one of the triumphs there. So those are the triumphs right there. Not that hard to do. The other step is to when you talk to the Callus statue here, the Visage of Callus, he'll have these bounties here that we have to pay Glimmer and Planet material, right? And each of them, the first 4 are basically enemy types. So there'll be a Hive one, there'll be a Vex one, a Fallen one, and a Cabal one, right? And each of them go up to 5. So that's right there, that's 20 tributes, right? pretty simple. You have to just farm a lot. If you have all materials, good. You're one step ahead. You could just go ahead and buy it all if you want to get it early. Of course, you can do the daily bounties every day. Of course, you can only do 4 a day apparently on each character. I'm not sure. I haven't tested it out. But on the first, I got 6%, so I don't know how it really works. But it does say that you may claim 4 awards per day, so I'm not sure if it's account wide or character wide. I think it's account wide. I think. But other than that, so you get 20 from that. Next, there's ones that cost legendary shards, which are really expensive, of course. These ones is another. This one doesn't have a number on it, but it's 5. So you can get. So when you buy these, you get these tributes that spawn special ammo and heavy ammo. Now I'll explain. These are very useful, and I'll tell you why later. And it also spawns the light shard and a volt here. So that's 5 tributes. Another one. So that's 25 in total from spending planetary materials and legendary shards. And lastly, the last column was bright dust, and that one's also another 5. And I can show you the 5 that you buy. So in total, that is 30 right there. Right. So here's what you get. You get the ghosts, you get the engram, you get the shader box, you get the sparrow, and you get the ship, and that's 5, right? Now if we do the math right now, count the triumphs. So let me take a look again. So the triumphs you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? You got 9 in there. And then the first 4 gives you 20, so that's 29. Then you get the legendary one, that's another 5, so that's, what do you call it? That's 44, not 44, 34. Then another 5 from the bright dust, so that's 39, right? And you need 45 for the catalyst, right? Then this also counts as a tribute, so that's 1, so that's 40. Then where's the extra 5? Extra 5 is these dogs. So if you completed the Bad Juju quest line, you only need 18 to get this gun, as you see right here, and these count as tributes, so these are 5. So that's 45 in total right there, and that's all I have completed, 45, basically. And so the whole thing is that you don't even have to have the gun to grind for this. Just go for whatever you want. Do triumphs first, or grind for materials. Obviously, your best bet, if you're missing materials, your best bet is obviously go with Spider. Spider is your best friend for this kind of mission, this kind of stuff. Always check when he's selling or when he refreshes. Sometimes he refreshes twice a day, I think. Sometimes, not always, but always check. Of course, it's quite a grind. You could wait to get 80% discount, but it'll take like a very long time. But as you can see here, we have the Bad Juju in our hand, not the catalyst, but the catalyst is on here. So when you get the catalyst, right, you want to complete it, it's 500 kills in total, and it just increases the time of the passive. But before I explain that and show you how it works, well, it's pretty simple. Let's talk about the nightfall, the 100k nightfall. Now, it's really hard because you can only use gear from the menagerie and exotics, right? So this is my setup we had here for the 100k run. Now, I did it on the 100, not 100, 1000 voices or whatever it's called. What is it called again? Will of the Thousand. So this is the strike we did for Nightfall, and I'll show you the 5 of Swords card because that's really important. So this is the modifiers we worked with. So we had a 3 times modifier, score modifier with, I lied, this is what we had. Here we go, so this is what we had. We had Solar Singe, Heavyweight, Attrition, and Grounded. Honestly, Grounded is not that hard to deal with. You just stay on the floor, don't jump ever. You don't need to jump anyways. And then Attrition, this is actually, I feel like it's a benefit in my opinion. Just picking up those remnants of light or whatever, it feels, you just get super tanky. You can like tank a couple shots. Of course, you gotta kill things for it, but honestly, you're gonna be one-shotting everything. And then the power handicap's 210. That puts us a little bit above 540, so you're not taking that much damage, not daggers or anything. They're just regular or above, I think by 10, I think. So this one's pretty good. And the score you should get when you're doing Will of 1,000s, you should get about, if you do it perfectly, no deaths, 120k points. If with one death, and I'll explain why this one death could cost you a lot of points, is 100,000 points, barely 1,000 points, 100,000 points. Of course, this is all solo, so don't say that. You could probably just invite people if you want. You don't have to do it solo. But for me, this is for solo players. For myself, this took a very long time. It took me a very long time to find the right build and stuff. But these are the guns that I use. I had the bad Juju equipped, but I never really used it that much because it's not that strong. Most of the time, what we're fighting is pretty hard in Nightfall, but it is useful sometimes here and there. Then we have the Fusion Rifle from Menagerie, the Epicurean. We have Quick Draw and Demolitionist, and Demolitionist is amazing for Nightfall. Just having a grenade with using the Thermite grenade is very, very nice. We're obviously using top tree Solar Titan class, top tree hammers. And lastly, we're using the Fix All's machine gun because if you don't raid in general, you don't have another Menagerie or raid exotic unless you did the Leviathan raid and you have Legend of Actorius, which also works with the Triumph because you have to have everything has to be from either the Menagerie or the raid Leviathan raids basically. So you can't use anything else other than those weapons and armor. And since a Nightfall you can't switch out anything, so you have to use those anyways. But we have Feeding Frenzy and Rampage, which helped a lot, for sure. And it's very good weapon in general. It does a lot of damage. It's just has good range. Next, if we look at armor perks, we have nothing too special. We do have rare Hive mods, but we didn't put them on our Titan. We have them on my Hunter and my Warlock, but it didn't really matter because we have the one where if we kill a challenging hive, it refreshes our class ability. But on Titan, it's useful, but we didn't really use it that much, to be honest. So basically, we don't have the best perks, but we have enough to keep us going. Nothing too special. I guess machine gun reserves is pretty good, but other than that, we don't have that much that we used. Basically, you can also add your own mods as well, I guess. So that's the build we use. Now let me explain something. Of course, when you're doing Nightfalls and stuff with heavyweight, of course, your main gun you're using a lot is the machine gun and your special ammo. Basically, you want to use this. This is really good. Honestly, this fusion rifle feels really good in the strike. There's not really any what do you call it? Void shields, but it still does enough damage to just destroy shields, I guess. I don't know what to say, but it feels pretty good. Anyways, so basically, if you should know about Destiny 2 is that getting kills if you're heavy machine gun will not get you more heavy ammo drops. So you always want to make sure that at certain points of the strike when you're doing that one, you want to get kills with your fusion rifle at some point, so you can get some more heavy ammo drops as well. So just also just try to go back and forth using weapons. Don't just use your machine gun. You want to save some points in that strike where you need to save your machine gun ammo or power ammo to do a lot of damage, basically. Because here's the thing, when I say that one death, it could be very important. Here's the important part. Now, I don't have footage or image, but let me explain this very in detail right here. There's one point in the strike where when you're about to go do a meltdown in the whatever it's called, using the Valkyrie and create a new one, right? Before that, there's a checkpoint, right? And when you walk in that room, you have to kill a bunch of acolytes in the front, and then it spawns a knight with a sword and shield. Kill him, right? And then it spawns an ogre, right? Now here's the thing with this ogre. Once you kill this ogre, it sets a new checkpoint. So, for example, if you kill the ogre and then you die, when you respawn, you spawn at the point where you want to throw the Valkyrie and have a meltdown, right? That's a problem because there's a lot more enemies in that room where you can get more points, basically. So you don't want to die at any point in that time. Obviously, if you don't kill the ogre and you leave him alive, sure, you can do that, but he's going to be very annoying and he hurts a lot. So I wouldn't try to kill him right away. and then try to safely clear the room and not die. But here's still the problem. It's not the problem. Is that whatever you kill after you kill the ogre, it won't count if you die. So when you go to the next room, you get the new Valkyrie, right? And you're gonna go kill the enemies in the next room. If you die in that room, whatever you gained from before after you kill the ogre is completely gone. The checkpoint goes to that point. It doesn't save once you pick up the Valkyrie. It's literally you could have 80k points, 89,000, 85,000 points at that point, and if you die in that room, you back to like 60,000 or 69,000. Like literally, you lose a ton of points. You want to make sure you do not die after you kill the ogre and make sure you survive. That's the biggest important. If you don't die and you get to Zol and you get to the point where you're killing Zol and everything, you should at least get 120. If you're using the same modifiers, you should at least be at 120,000 points. If you die, if you keep it slow and steady, killing Zol, and kill enough ads while he's spawning more, you should get at least 100k points, 110 points. And that's how I did it. Literally took a very long time. I tried on my Hunter, didn't work. I tried on my Warlock, didn't work. With all the same power level, all the same gear, didn't work. Got my Titan. Somehow, having the Rally Barricade with a machine gun helps a lot, basically. So that is one of the bigger tips that I have. Rally Barricade, having a Titan of this really helped a lot. Now, let's talk about the bad Juju and his catalyst. So bad Juju catalyst, like I said earlier, it takes about 500 kills to level up, and what it does is that it extends the duration of its passive. So whenever you get kills with the passive, or get kills, the passive stacks. So it's like Rampage, right? And it increases its damage and all that stuff. So this is the catalyst right now. Alright, so we're going to do a little comparison. I don't have a timer or anything, but just do it yourself. So we're going to kill these enemies here that we have, like when summon. So we're going to stack it to 5. Alright, so we're at 5 right now. And we're going to kill this drag right here. And then watch it disappear. So it's pretty long, right? Now let's equip a non-catalyst weapon here. So this is just a regular Juju. Alright, kill this drag. There you go. I don't know, it's maybe like 2 seconds, maybe longer, which obviously helps a lot. But like I said, if you want to recap here, it's 18 triumphs to get the gun, and then 45 for the catalyst. And those are all the things I did for the catalyst. Of course, for another tip, I guess, if Spider's not selling the material, then if you have 3 characters, your best bet is to go to the planet that has a material, right? Pick up the daily bounties that the planet vendor is selling, or I guess selling. Pick them up, and each of them give you 10 of the planet materials. So if you have 3 characters that you can use, that's a 90 a day you can get from doing the bounties. Of course, you gotta repeat each of them, but of course, it's pretty worth it. Plus, you're also doing challenges and public events and open up chests and getting material. Not only getting 90 from the bounties, but you also get extra from doing all the other activities on that planet. So I say it's pretty worth if you want to rush through it and Spider's not selling anything, or it's not worth. Pretty much that is the tip right there. Oh yeah, the other tip is that, like I said, how important these are. These are very important. So when you're doing a strike or anything, before you go to a nightfall strike or just a regular strike or anything, like I said, is to go to this area first. Go to your tribute hall, right? And pick up all the ammo you can, because when you load the strike in, you'll be full ammo. Usually, when you load a strike, whatever you have whatever ammo you have, that's what you want to get into. So if you come here first, then you'll have a full set. All the ammo will be filled, and you'll be ready to go do the strike. I did this all the time. Every time I failed the attempt, I would come back here, get my ammo, and then we're gonna go back in and try again, because it took me a very long time, and it took way too long. Way too long for me to get this done. But it took about 3 hours, not 3 hours, 3 days ish to get here. Also, I didn't really explain. So I have 500 kills to get this fully completed. What I did is I went to Mars, I don't know, there's probably better spots, but for me, I just farmed the Lost Sector, Core Terminus, and went just back and forth. It got me about each run. If I just used bad Juju the entire time, it got me about 8 to 9% on the progression. And then if you want to be a dick, and whenever you spawn back into Braytech Future Escape, just start a level 1 EP and just kill the Thrall. You'll get like 5%, 6%, and just leave. To be honest, honestly, be one of those guys. It's worth it. To be honest, 5%, 6%, it's totally worth it. But pretty much, I think that's all I gotta cover for this. If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching for this long. But I don't make Destiny videos that often. I don't plan to. I'm not a Destiny content creator, so if you do subscribe, I don't honestly don't expect much more. Like this is just for fun, pretty much. We play other games most of the time, but in the future, after this video is being uploaded, I'm gonna probably stream myself trying to do some comp. I don't play comp at all, and we're trying to finish this. We have no Pinnacle Crucible weapon, so we're gonna try to finish this at some point, and I might stream it at sometime soon. I'm gonna play some Crucible, play some comp, and we'll get that done at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, we don't make Destiny videos that often. We stream it whenever it updates. But like I said, that is how I got the Catalyst solo. So hopefully, I don't know if it helps anybody, but that's pretty much how I did it. And I didn't really follow any guides. It's just all instinct, and we've been playing the game for not that long. I started playing this game in September last year, so when Forsaken came out, we played a lot. I mean, I played before, but we played a lot in Forsaken. So pretty much I've never raided in my life. So, but we're gonna have to anyways for the triumphs. So hopefully, like I said, if that helped, I hope that's great for me, totally. All right, time to disappear. There's no easy way to make this look good.